We're going to look at this false high theory. It's something that I've personally been talking about with my students, and we've spoken about this falling wedge now, which actually has a target back at the top. Let's say when the 100 EMA goes over the 20, that is usually your bottom signal. What's up YouTube, it's Louis here, I hope you're all well. We're looking at Bitcoin today on the weekly time frame. Today I'm going to show you a bullish pattern which could send us back to the high 60s. What would be the signal for the exact bottom? And if you're interested in that, please like, subscribe and comment. Let's get on with it. If you can just look past all the levels and you can just focus on this falling wedge over here, you can see we've bottomed out on the 200 EMA. I gave you this target at 25.8k. We had this descending triangle over here and we're ignoring this false high. So we're going to look at this false high theory. It's something that I've personally been talking about with my students. I've been teaching them about this false high for many months now. BitBoy Crypto's only spoken about it this week, but yeah, it's good to see that people are now talking about it. For me personally, I do believe that this was the top, and usually a bear market bottom is a year to date. Now, of course, the top here was April the 12th, and we're obviously way beyond April the 12th in 2022. So this means that we could be a few months lagged. But yeah, this is a manufactured pump, guys. It should have never happened. And the reason is because when we actually topped out here, this is where all the well, not all, but most of the altcoins topped out. I started asking a lot of the top YouTubers, why are certain coins doing dead cat bounces like your Chainlink? Why was Chainlink doing a dead cat bounce here? Why was XRP doing a dead cat bounce here? Because Bitcoin continued up and Ethereum continued up. So I was really perplexed by this and I wanted to question it. And of course, as the time went by, we recognized that this was a false high as we lost this low. And so this is when we began to start getting out of the market. This is where we sold 50% of our crypto portfolio. And only since down here have we actually started to reaccumulate. We know that this might not be the long-term bottom target. We're going to go through this in today's update where the exact bottom will be, guys. Going back to the Fibonacci's, once we lost this one Fibonacci level, that's why I gave you this 26k target. We also had this 25.8k target out of this M pattern or descending triangle where we ignored this false high. You can see on my Fibonacci, we did do the dead cat bounce. We actually did go to the 050. But if I just turn off the fibs based on log scale, I want you to see where the 050 goes right now. Can you see that? The regular Fibonacci, let's say, the Fibonacci that everyone uses, people who use Fibonacci, 99% of them are going to use the fibs just based on the regular chart. They don't know that this is an option. They don't know that there's even a log scale. The log scale looks at the historical data. But yeah, you can see we only ran into this 382. So while everyone was praying for 51 and 55k, we were well aware that it had already hit the 050 and we've met the target exactly and had this bounce. Now, because we had this bounce, that means something was in and around here. And I just drew this descending support that we had. We already had this descending resistance from months ago, guys. A channel that we made everyone aware of a couple months ago where we had fake outs. You broke out, you broke back in, resistance, you broke down, very negative, flipped it into resistance, the whole channel. That's where we dumped this low and you can see resistance, support. So I know that this is a valid channel. Before we continue, here are the crypto packages. If you want to start, go to my Twitter and simply just private message me. The final thing that I wanted to talk about is if we go on the weekly time frame, and I want to bring you guys attention to an indicator which could actually signal the exact bottom. I've changed my 12 now into this 100 length EMA. I want to give a shout out to CoinsKid and 5-Day Crypto because they brought us our attention to this, and I want to clear it up for you guys. So basically, if we look in the past at previous bear markets, of course we get our signal that the bear market has begun on the weekly time frame when we get this bearish cross where the 55, the orange one, goes over the 20, which is the purple one. Now you can see that's happened right there, and then we had this capitulation that followed. Now I want to bring you guys attention to this strategy where we actually take a look at the 20 and the 100 EMA. Sorry if you can hear some building outside. Yeah, just some builders here. And yeah, so the 20 and the 100 EMA, you can see when they crossed over, everyone would think, yeah, this is a sell signal when in actual fact it signaled the bottom. Let's say when the 100 EMA goes over the 20, that is usually your bottom signal. But yeah, we haven't got it just of yet. So this is basically telling me that potentially we haven't actually not bottomed yet, and that's still to come, because we want to see this 100 EMA crossing over with this purple one. So that would be, in my opinion, the signal for the actual bottom, and then we'd have to go into an accumulation zone after that for anywhere as long as 3 to 6 months. I think this one over here lasted 4 months from the bottom, so by the time we got out of it, you can see 112 days, so literally almost 4 months, because 4 months would be 120 days. So basically in between 3 to 4 months until you started reversing. Down here, the previous bear market in 2015 or 2014 bear market, where we actually low down in 2015, sorry, you can see our signal that it's a begun is right there with the 55 going over the 20. You've run into resistance, you rejected it with the shooting star, and we continued rolling over. Can you see this final capitulation? Look where the bullish cross happened, right there on that red candle, guys. So this signals the bottom, not the sell signal that was prior. That was this one over here. Well, even this is just telling you we're just confirmed going in a bear market. You were already in a downtrend, beginning one. You can see a high, a low, a lower high, a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, until you had that bullish cross. Sorry, the bearish cross, because it's actually a sell signal, but because we're on the weekly time frame, this is a lagged indicator. The higher the time frame, the more lagged this becomes, guys. So this is actually, instead of signaling a sell, it's actually signaling the exact bottom, the capitulation event that we are waiting for. And from that, you can see to get out of this dip, it took 287 days. Now, I'm not going to do the maths, but let's just say around 6 months, guys. So you can see it's going to take 4 to 6 months, roughly, once we've bottomed out, and we've obviously just found out that these two EMAs have not crossed over yet. So this is what we're still waiting for. Now, I have started accumulating. I have not gone all in, but I have started accumulating again, because we did retest one of my key targets. Now, I have made you guys aware on the channel beforehand that there is a target back down at the previous all-time high. So if we head over to the BLX chart right over here, you can see that there's actually a target. It's actually part of this descending triangle. If I just get rid of this, you can see this descending triangle over here, which gave us actually this 25.8k target. Don't really want to lose this macro support. We don't want to be bearish at macro support, but we know if there's a final capitulation wick event, then yeah, we need to quickly reclaim this level after potentially meeting this target. Now, yeah, so although we know that this is a false high, of course, we also need to take it into consideration and draw another descending triangle just like that with 1, 2 points. But we know this is not the most accurate, because the most accurate trend line is the trend line with the most amount of touches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rather than 1 and 2. From the body to the body, you can see if you put it on the breakdown right there, your target, and this would be for the first time in history that Bitcoin could potentially come back to a previous all-time high, something that's never done. So it's not something that we should really be doing, but we are in a target to it since losing that 36k weekly low. That's pretty much it, guys. It's a waiting game now. I've started to accumulate, but yeah, I'll keep letting my students know what's going on. And yeah, any updates will be on the YouTube as well. So if you're interested in any of the crypto packages that I offer, please like, subscribe and comment. And if you want to take action, then head over to my Twitter and literally just private message me. My messages are open now.